if they can play defense a little bit better, they give people tremendous headaches with their offense, their running quarterback, and the offense.
Haynes King got to not turn the ball over, as you know. 16 interceptions last year.
So it's week 0, college football just arrived, fall is here, and right away, we saw the first upset over in Ireland with Georgia Tech taking down the Seminoles in a wild game. Haynes King threw for 146 yards on 11 of 16 attempts, and rushing-wise, Jamal Haynes led the way with 75 yards and 2 touchdowns. This was one of those nitty-gritty games for Tech, as they did not have any receiving touchdowns. But the biggest play of the game came when Sarek Singleton caught a short pass out wide and broke through the defense for 12 yards to get in field goal range for Aiden Burr, who of course knocked it through the uprights to secure this huge win for the program. And it's been 15 years since Tech has beat Florida State. As for FSU, DJ Alongole, yeah, I know I completely butchered his name. I get it wrong every time, so I'm not even going to try. I always forget how many lays there are. But anyways, he threw for nearly 200 yards, but did not have a touchdown. And overall, he played a very mediocre game. Douglas led the way receiving-wise with 55 yards on 4 catches, but outside of that, there just really wasn't much production. In this video, I'm going to break down this game even more. I'm going to talk about what this win means for Georgia Tech and what the loss means for Florida State and so much more. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe we can get there super fast. Alright, so first off, let's talk about Florida State, because once again, they came into this season with some big expectations, being ranked number 10. We all know the committee likes to bump up the rankings a little bit for big matchups, especially early on in the season, just to make more money on the viewership, but still, this was supposed to be a big game for Florida State to get a feel for things. They were an over 10-point favorite, and now they find themselves at 0-1 and will probably fall past the 20 seed or to unranked. But the good thing is that this college football season is unlike any we have ever seen before. Things are not over like they would have been at this time last year. 12 teams make the playoffs, and if Florida State can figure out a way to go 9-3, they will have a chance to get in because of how tough their schedule is in the SEC. But again, they have to bounce back. They can't continue to play like that if they want to have any shot. The Yellow Jackets ran for 190 yards on 36 carries and 3 touchdowns. Florida State managed 98 yards on 31 carries and just 291 yards overall. The defense allowed Georgia Tech to score touchdowns on all 3 trips to the red zone. And looking ahead at the upcoming schedule for Georgia Tech, next week they face Georgia State, and then after that they got Syracuse, who now has Kyle McCord, and then MVI. The biggest thing they need to watch out for is that post-upset letdown. I mean, we see it happen so many times with so many different teams every single year. But if they can beat Florida State, then it's clear they have the talent to at least compete with just about anyone other than the top dogs like Ohio State and Georgia. The thing I really love so much about this new playoff format is that even though I'm well aware that Georgia Tech won't make the playoffs, after a win like this, they might be ranked. And then the whole season, there's going to be hope of getting one of those final spots for some of the lower tier teams. Anyways, before the game even started, Haynes King said that he wasn't afraid of the Seminoles. We feel confident, he said. We're playing fast right now, doing everything that we need to do. And boy did it show when things mattered most. Here were some of the post-game comments made by some of the Georgia Tech players and the coaching staff.
Our goal is to go out and play every play as hard as we can possibly play, not look at the scoreboard. And I know a lot of times people hear that and they think it's kind of coach talk, but it's starting to be ingrained in who we are. And they're starting to understand that, the players are. I'm happy for Georgia Tech, the fans, the alumni, everybody out there that came to support us here.
So overall, this was a crazy and fun way to kick off the 2024 college football season. And if it's a sign of things to come, then this could be one of the best seasons in recent memory. But only time will tell. For Georgia Tech, I can't wait to see them out on the field again, because how they play next week will say a lot about how this season could potentially go. That's all I have to say for this one. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point. And if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And also let me know what you would like to see next. And until then, I will see you all later.